Another night in paradise. Reconnecting with tennis after a chance night out a few years ago, and the annual pilgrimage to see the player who got me to fall in love with the sport all over again. A friend gave me a couple tickets to the BNP Paribas Indian Wells Tennis Open in 2022. I knew of the event, but hadn't been over there. The Indian Wells Tennis Center, a lush and mature venue, nestled in a horseshoe canyon in the heart of the Coachella Valley, is live as hell for a fortnight each March. They call it Tennis Paradise. You can eat at Nobu, crash in the padded chairs at the Champagne Bar, get within a few feet of the world's top players on the practice courts, bump into Bjorn Borg walking around the grounds, or watch John McEnroe's band play on the square. And then there's the tennis. They don't call it the Fifth Slam for nothing. This event attracts all the top players, who unanimously rate the tourney and the experience as the best on tour. If you're a tennis fan, this is a good story about the event and the upward trending of the game. If you're not, it's a piece to tell you that as a sports fan, you might just get the notion to start paying attention to a very deep crop of young superstars who have the sport in the best place it's been in a long time. Also, there's a little part about one of your favorite ever Dallas Stars players intersecting with my journey back to tennis fandom. My return to being a tennis fan started with a plane ride from Split, Croatia to Amsterdam in the fall of 2019. I was seated next to a young woman, who I quickly discovered was a WTA player on her way to defend her lone singles title in Amsterdam. Aleksandra Krunic, Serbian, was a player trying to hang on and build upon some slight successes, and we had a really nice chat. She invited me to be her guest at the match the next day, but, in a very strange twist, I had already made plans with my friends Jer and Jana Leitonen for lunch. They were in town for the Metallica show. Of course they were. She lost the match, but we stayed in touch, and she got me tickets a few months later for the BNP Paribas Indian Wells Open in my backyard. I went to her early match on an outer court and got a taste. Then a friend gave me tickets for a night match. Rafa Nadal was playing. Okay, I'll do that. I called my local tennis friend Johnny Boy, and off we went. My history with tennis wasn't really much of a thing. I loved John McEnroe. I loved Bjorn Borg. Watching them play each other on TV was a treat. Dick Enberg and Bud Collins were great broadcasters during my golden era. I watched the others of the day, but McEnroe and Borg were my guys. When they left tennis, so did I. I wasn't much of a fan of Pete Sampras, Roger Federer, Andre Agassi, and I got busy with my life in my late 20s and on. Tennis fell to the side. To hear more, subscribe to my Substack at Ralph Stack. Link in the description box.